There comes a moment in every journey, silent, unannounced, when you finally understand something no one ever tells you outright. No one is coming. No rescue crew. No perfect mentor to walk you step by step. No cheering crowd waiting at every milestone. No constant voice reminding you that you're on the right path. It's just you now. Just the echo of your own breath, the sound of your own doubts, the weight of your own dreams pressing on your shoulders. And in that moment, you stand at a crossroads. Wait for someone else to see your potential, or choose, deliberately, unapologetically, to see it in yourself. That's when the true journey begins. That's when strength is no longer borrowed. It's born. Born in silence. Born in solitude. Born in that sacred, terrifying decision to do it alone. Not because you're unloved. Not because no one wants to help. But because this path you've chosen, this mission that calls to your soul, is uniquely yours. It wasn't broadcast to the world for validation. It whispered only to you. That vision, that fire, that obsession that won't let you sleep at night. It chose you. And not everyone was meant to hear it. Not everyone was meant to walk it beside you. Some will watch from a distance. Some will cheer intermittently. Some will question you. Others will simply vanish. And that's okay. That's not rejection. That's redirection. That's the universe reminding you. The only permission you ever needed was your own. Because if you only move when you're motivated, if you only run when the crowd runs, how will you ever know the power of your own legs? If your fire only burns when fueled by applause, what happens when the stage is empty? What happens when the lights go off and no one sees you grinding, doubting growing? Doing it alone is not a punishment. It's a privilege. It's where your true power is forged. In the quiet, in the dark, in the early mornings and late nights, in the tears no one sees and the battles no one applauds. It's where you find out who you really are, not the curated version, not the version others expect, but the raw, relentless force of your will when no one's watching. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it's excruciating at times. You'll stare at ceilings, wondering if any of this is worth it. You'll question your value, your timing, your purpose. There will be days the silence is so loud it drowns out your confidence. Nights so long they feel eternal. But each time you rise, without a hand, without a push, you become something rare, something unstoppable. You learn to walk with weight others would collapse under. You learn to carry your own dreams across deserts others feared to enter. Because while others wait for motivation, you build momentum. While they seek comfort, you seek growth. While they tiptoe around fear, you run toward it, because you know doing it alone doesn't mean you're empty. It means you're full. Full of belief. Full of purpose. Full of grit that doesn't fade when the world stops watching. And yes, the world won't always understand. They won't see the discipline, the sacrifice, the sleepless nights, the goals written on post-its, the alarms you beat to rise before the sun. They won't see the times you kept showing up when every part of you wanted to disappear. But you will see it. You will know. And that knowing becomes your armor. That knowing becomes your fuel. This chapter is not about being seen. It's about seeing yourself. It's about trusting the process so deeply that you stop needing validation to keep moving. It's about walking into the fire not with certainty, but with courage. Not because everything is guaranteed, but because you've made a promise to yourself that this time, you won't quit. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop wishing for a perfect team. Stop telling yourself you'll start when someone finally believes in you. You start now. You start scared. You start when the voices in your head scream, you're not ready. Because that's the birthplace of real strength. Not in perfection, but in persistence. The applause will come later. The recognition will come in waves. But the discipline you build in the shadows, that's permanent. Some of the most powerful moments of your life will happen when no one is around to witness them. Some of your most courageous decisions will be made in silence. That's where transformation happens, not in the spotlight, but in the struggle, in the daily decision to keep showing up, to keep going, to keep believing, even when no one else does. So yes, work alone, train alone, cry if you need to, but keep moving, because the strength you're building now, it's the kind of strength that outlasts trends, outlasts opinions. It's the strength that makes you unshakable when the world throws storms your way. One day, people will notice. They'll see you shine and assume it was sudden. They'll call it luck. They'll say, "It must be nice." But they won't know the battles you fought in silence. They won't see the nights you wrestled with doubt and still chose to show up. They won't understand the loneliness you carried like armor. But you will. You'll remember. And that memory, that unshakable awareness of your own rise, no one can take that from you. When you've done it alone, you carry a different kind of confidence. You don't need loud words to prove your worth. You don't seek eyes to validate your path. You move with a calm fire, a steady hand, a grounded spirit. You don't walk in looking for approval. You walk in already approved. So stop waiting. Stop shrinking. Stop assuming someone else will save you. This is your mountain, your mission. And yes, it will cost you comfort, connection, convenience. But it will give you back something far greater: independence, clarity, fire, and a version of yourself you never thought possible. You don't need more likes. You don't need more followers. You don't need more people clapping from the sidelines. You need more courage, more resilience, more audacity to walk into each day like you were born for this, even when no one else thinks so. You need more grit to keep moving when the inbox is empty, the messages stop coming, and the wins feel invisible. Because greatness was never about being seen. It was always about being real. It was about waking up and showing up again and again, because something inside you refuses to quit. And when that purpose ignites in solitude, when you realize you were built not just to endure but to rise, you'll understand. Being alone was never a curse. It was the fire, the forge, the holy ground where all the noise burned away and the truth of who you are was revealed. So take that next step, even if your knees shake, even if you stumble, even if your voice trembles with doubt, even if no one notices. Do it alone, not because you always will, but because for now you must, so that someday, when others come to walk beside you, you'll know that even if they left, you'd still rise. Do it until you no longer need external applause to believe in your internal value. Do it until the silence becomes your symphony. Do it until your growth is so undeniable, the world has no choice but to pay attention. And one day, when someone else stands where you stood, lost, alone, uncertain, they'll look at you, and they'll see what's possible. Not because you were flawless, but because you did it anyway. Because you lit your own path. Because you did it alone. They'll see strength where others saw silence. They'll realize that quiet perseverance speaks louder than words ever could. And when they thank you for showing them the way, you'll simply smile, knowing the truest victory wasn't in being seen, but in becoming. Because you didn't just reach the destination, you built it with your bare hands. Because in becoming, you gave them permission to rise too.